Welcome back to On the Tee, Two Pros and a Hack. I'm Mike Rickard along with Judd Gibb, Jay Horton. We're brought to you by FootJoy and Stan Sheffield, our buddy, the #1 glove and shoe and golf. Callaway, Mikey Getz signed up for 2011 to support us again on the Iowa Sports Connections radio network across the state with On the Tee. Swing Pro, they're the original counterbalance weighted training aid. Log on to swingpro.com to place your Christmas order today. A great off-season training aid you can use in your basement all winter long. Swing Pro is an Iowa-based company owned by our own Bobby Vanskoy, J.W. Weston, and of course Rockstar Satellite, Chris Brennick and the staff. Unbelievable service and installation. A DirecTV dealer. Call Chris today at 515-339-0985 or log on to rockstarsatellite.com. Thanks to Rockstar Satellite, I get to watch in my office all the golf channel I want, and they're always kind enough to join us. This is one gentleman we haven't talked to. We watch him every Monday night. He's Micheal Breed, host of The Golf Fix, and talk about a guy in the right. You know, of course, you're on right now, but what a perfect 12 days for you and the people you've got to spend time with. Greg Norman, Annika Sorenstam, Hank Haney, Dave Stockton. Tonight, Gary Player. Then you finish her off with Jack Nicklaus and the King. How about that, Michael?
Yeah, how am I doing? I mean, come on.
Man!
Seriously, am I having a good year or what?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, you get around that kind of talent, which is what Golf Channel has done. They basically, in this 12 nights, they have figured out how to get the most talented teachers and players and get them together to try to assist their viewers with playing better golf. And believe me, it's I know that the DVRs are going to be on fire over these last whatever it is, 12 days that they've had, and a number of the days have gone. But coming up towards the end of this thing, we're going to have Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, and Arnold Palmer. I mean, it doesn't get any better.
Well, Michael, on top of just the 12 nights and the unbelievable instruction that's available, the Golf Channel also has something else kind of going on in these 12 nights with Martin Hall, Karen Palacios Jansen, and Wayne Player all having their turn, and I think at some point maybe hosting their own show.
Yeah, that's exactly right. What they've done over the last couple of months is they have had an instructor search in an effort to try to have another one or two instructors to join this instructors family that is part of the Golf Channel, which I'm so privileged to be a part of, and they've kind of narrowed it down to these three, and now it's the time for the viewership to kind of log in and figure out which one of these tremendous instructors they want to add to the instructor family. So it's certainly been exciting, and I know that anybody that's interested in that can just go on to the Golf Channel website, golfchannel.com, and make a vote for who they think is going to be or who they'd like to spend their time watching, help them play better golf. So it's great, and certainly has been fantastic. I guess it's 8 nights or 9 nights that have gone on so far.
Well, tonight it's Gary Player, and we have a champions event here. It's now the Principal Charity Classic. It was Allianz for a period of time, and about 2002, I got to spend about 5 minutes, which I was really blessed to visit with Gary Player. There's an intense 75-year-old man that probably your intensity is very impressive. About fitness. That Gary Player could hang with you, though, couldn't he?
I'll tell you, we shot that show together, and I have never had so much fun being with a guy who really appreciates, first of all, being in shape, and second of all, the guy's 75 years old, and he can do 1,000 push-ups and sit-ups a week. I mean, it's phenomenal. Guy's in incredible shape, and of course is a fantastic guy. Just couldn't be nicer, couldn't be more accommodating. Absolutely loves Golf Channel and loves golf, and is always willing to lend a hand. And boy, he certainly did. He's widely regarded as one of the best bunker players ever to live, and he's sharing all of his insight on on how to get out of a bunker in all kinds of different challenging situations. It's fantastic.
Well, it's kind of fun. I was watching the preview to it and see he looked like he was down the sand digging through, really getting into it. And what's working with all these great teachers and hearing things from them, what's been your favorite segment out of those 12 nights?
Well, it's fun. I mean, I'd like to say my segments have been my favorite parts. But, anytime you get a chance to listen to a Jack Nicklaus talk about the mental side, or get a chance to get inside the inner workings of Arnold Palmer's garage and see how he changes grips and does all that, certainly, I mean, that's exciting. But, when you have Hank Haney and Sean Foley and Rocco Mediate, Jim Ballard, you've got a variety of different ways that a golf ball can be hit, and certainly every single one of these guys have figured out how to make the golf ball go where either they're trying to get it to go or where they want their students to get it to go. Because, again, we're talking about players and teachers. Greg Norman, of course, Annika Sorenstam. I mean, it's just been phenomenal. And then to have, Martin Hall and Karen Palacios Jansen and Wayne Player, it's just it's an all-star performance by each and every one of the professionals that's been involved.
Well, Michael, you brought up Sean Foley, and then obviously when it comes to golf instruction in the last, 3 months, he's been the hottest name around. What sort of things, when just watching Tiger, watching Tiger this week at the Chevron, what sort of things, I mean, what do you think about the changes that he's making in his golf swing? I talked a little bit earlier about how I thought really his backswing was starting to get back to looking maybe a little more like it did in 99, 2000, but his follow-through definitely has a little different flavor to it.
Yeah, I mean, Sean's approach to the golf swing, his philosophy on the golf swing is very similar to sort of that stack and tilt kind of mode, or the one plane kind of mode. And what Tiger's doing with his swing is he's getting it a little bit more on the inside in the backswing, and then taking the club shaft and getting it a little bit more vertical as it's going up to the top of the swing. And it's a little bit different from that 99 2000, but a little closer to what it was prior to that. So he's got some very similar moves that he's making, but some distinctly different moves. Sean's had tremendous success. He's a fantastic instructor and certainly very, very well respected. I think that we're going to see Tiger play some great golf again, and certainly it will be something that we're all looking to have happen. I think that golf as a whole needs Tiger, and certainly Graham McDowell. I was out at the Chevron and got a chance to play with Graham in the Pro-Am. He played fantastic golf, just fantastic golf, and of course that was really fun to see him perform at that level. But it was also encouraging, I think, to see the way that Tiger performed and what the future has for Tiger. It certainly looks to be very bright.
You're listening on the Tee on the Iowa Sports Connection television and radio network. We're talking to Micheal Breed. He's the host of their Monday Night Golf Fix. It's an instruction show, but we're kind of highlighting the 12 nights at the Academy schedule. Tonight it's Gary Player. December 9th is Jack Nicklaus, and then winds down with the King, Arnold Palmer. And you already highlighted. I wanted to ask you how your trip was out to the West Coast. I talked to Jeremy. He said you were out there last week. The galleries look solid, and the ratings were up 170% on NBC from the previous year. Of course, Tiger, for obvious reasons, did not participate last year, but that is a big injection for 2011 for Fincham, the Golf Channel, everybody involved.
Well, that's exactly right. I think, listen, we are all excited to see what kind of progress Tiger has made, and when you get that kind of intensity in an off-season event, and you get a guy who certainly we have not had the chance to see perform at the highest level in a long time. And he did, and he certainly entertained. It was what Chevron was hoping for. And I have had the chance, as you mentioned, to be out there with the people from Chevron. It was great. They were very excited. Certainly, I think we were all looking forward to seeing Tiger play at what we are sure is his talent level and potential, and he did. He did not disappoint, and it promises to be a fantastic 2011. Remember that season gets going on Golf Channel on the 6th of January. So, everybody's kind of getting excited about what potential is going to occur over that 2011 season. It was a fantastic 2010 season, despite the fact that Tiger really wasn't participating in all the events, and we're all very excited at what the future's holding. So,
Michael, before we let you go, give us your journey to our listeners across the entire state of Iowa, your journey to the Golf Channel, where you got your start in golf, and how you migrated to the Golf Channel.
Well, it's interesting. I'm a PGA professional, and I still am a head professional at a private club up here in New York called Sunningdale Country Club. And but what happened was I went to go work at Augusta National for a guy named David Spencer, who is an Iowa guy. He and his wife Barbara are right from Iowa. They went down and worked at Augusta National. I had the good fortune to go down there and work for them. And through that process, and during that process, developed an understanding of a golf swing, subsequently going to go work for a guy named Darrell Kessner. And the very, very long story short is I was asked to do an instructional show for them back in 1999, back for Golf Channel in 1999. It worked out great. They asked me to do some more stuff for them. I did some on-course commentary for them, which they were thrilled with. And, we've had a nice relationship for the last 11 years. But the show itself, that was an idea that I kind of came up with after spending some time talking with a guy who I'm sure you've had on your show, a gentleman named J.D. Turner. And
Absolutely.
J.D. has an instructional show that he airs out there in Iowa, and I think for a long time he's had that show as well. And J.D. and Dave Spencer were very, very good friends, still are, as a matter of fact. And I got a chance to talk to J.D. a little bit and asked him some questions. He gave me some direction and started a show, and, of course, Golf Channel picked it up, and the rest is history. I've been very fortunate.
Yeah, we just talked to JD about 3-4 weeks ago. Well, actually, we talked to him during the Ryder Cup and broke some things down. And the gentleman that you're talking about and his wife are from Perry, Iowa, just outside of Des Moines here. Perry Blue Jays, and just right outside of Des Moines here. But yeah, JD's a tremendous gentleman, and a couple of decades of his television show, and still going strong.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal guy, tremendous energy, very entertaining, and of course, Dave and Barbara, right there in Perry, Iowa. I mean, it's if it wasn't for Iowa, I probably wouldn't be where I am right now. So I'm very grateful to the people that have come out of there and have assisted in my career, and I love it. It's a great spot.
Well, we appreciate you taking time to join us in Iowa. We'll get you on again sometime. And Alex Maselli went to Drake University. He may not admit it down there, but he went to Drake University a couple of years, and I'm sure he always claims Zach Johnson when Zachy's on top of that leaderboard.
Maselli is a tremendous guy. I'm sure you guys have had to have had him on your show.
Many times.
Oh, yeah, he's phenomenal. Great entertainment. He's living in Richmond, Virginia now, where it's kind of almost a home for me. I went to college down in that area, but he's a great guy and very good for golf and very good for Golf Channel.
Micheal Breed, thank you very much for joining us on The Tee. Have a great holiday, and we'll talk to you sometime in 2011.
I'll look forward to it as well. All right, guys, same to you.
All right. Micheal Breed, and, of course, tonight he's with Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus on the 9th, Arnold Palmer on the 10th. Not a bad trio to wind things down with, boys.
No, and it has been. And I am one of the people that is DVRing every one of them. And
we knew that.
Well,
we got to take a break. We'll be back here on The Tee on the Iowa Sports Connection Radio Network.